Welcome back. We are picking up right where we left off last time when we first defined AEO tools. But today, we're really digging into the consequences.
Yeah, and the stakes are much higher here because the research points to this really startling fact. You can have a website that's #1 on Google, top of the page,
Getting all the human traffic.
all of it, and yet be completely invisible to an AI agent, just a ghost.
Which really forces us to look at this big shift from what we call the attention economy to this new agentic economy. It's not just about getting a person to click anymore.
No, not at all. Now it's about getting a machine to make a decision for a person. In the attention economy, you win with eyeballs. In the agentic economy, you win by giving an AI the data it needs to do a job.
So our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. Figure out why AI is rejecting most websites, even really popular ones, and what answer engine optimization, or AEO, actually does to fix it.
And it really is like an interview. That's the best way to think about it. A human browses, they're looking for ideas, maybe some inspiration. An AI, on the other hand, it visits your site to conduct an interview.
It's not looking for a story, it's looking for reliability.
Exactly. It scrapes your code and asks, can I trust you enough to quote you?
Okay, so that makes the difference between SEO and AEO just painfully clear. SEO gets you discovered, it gets you on the list for the interview.
Right. But AEO is what makes you eligible. It's what gets you the job. You can be #1 on the list, but if that AI interviewer thinks your site is messy or vague, it just moves on
To the next candidate in line.
to the next candidate.
So let's get into why we're failing the interview. The sources list 4 big deal breakers. First up is no clear answer.
And this is probably the most common one. The web page hedges, it says, well, it depends, or it buries the actual answer in the 4th paragraph after a long personal story.
A human might stick around for that story, an AI won't.
An AI just sees it as noise, inefficiency. It flags it and moves on.
The next one is keyword stuffing, which feels like a bad hangover from the early days of SEO.
It's so ironic, isn't it? We spent a decade trying to write like robots to please the algorithms. Now the robots are so smart, they want us to write like humans. They want logic, not just repetition.
So repeating a phrase over and over is a red flag now.
A huge one. The AI sees it as low quality, maybe even deceptive.
Okay, number 3 is purely technical, lack of structure.
This one's all about hierarchy. Humans can look at a messy page and figure it out from visual cues like bold text or bigger fonts. An AI can't do that. It reads the code.
It needs those H1, H2 header tags.
It needs those tags to understand that this specific paragraph is the answer to that specific headline. Without that structure, it's just a wall of text.
And the last one is no topical focus.
Right. If your site is about, say, baking recipes on Monday and cryptocurrency on Tuesday, an AI won't see you as an authority on either. It's looking for a specialist, not a generalist.
Okay, so if those are the problems, how do we fix them? The guide talks about something called the Standalone test. What is that?
This is such a great way to think about it. The test is this. If an AI pulled one single sentence from your page, just one, and quoted it somewhere else completely out of context, would it still make perfect sense?
Wow, that's a high bar. So if the sentence needs the paragraph before it to be understood, it fails.
It fails because the AI can't use it as a direct standalone answer. So to pass, you need to be very direct. One clear question per page. Put the answer, what they call the answer hook, right up near the top.
And use fact-dense content instead of fluff.
Exactly. This is all about preventing the AI from having to guess. Because if your site is vague, the AI might hallucinate.
Which is just a fancy word for making stuff up.
It's just making stuff up. And to avoid doing that, an AI will always prioritize what it sees as cold, hard facts. That's why it loves structured data and schema markup. There's no interpretation needed.
It's safer to cite a fact than to interpret a story.
Precise.
And that preference for facts, that actually creates a pretty big opportunity for smaller businesses, doesn't it?
Oh, it completely levels the playing field. In the old SEO world, you needed huge amounts of traffic to signal authority. In the AEO world, a small local shop with a clean, fact-based website can easily beat a national giant that hides its store hours inside a messy PDF file.
Because the AI can read the local site's code, but the PDF is just a black box to it.
Right. Clarity is the new currency, not clicks.
So to wrap this all up, the economy is shifting. And if your website is only built for human skimmers, you're becoming invisible to the AI agents that are starting to make more and more purchasing decisions.
And that's the real story here. This isn't just about answering questions, it's about commerce. If an AI can't read your price or your inventory, it literally cannot buy from you.
which is the perfect setup for our next deep dive. AEO tools are how websites become UCP ready. We're going to connect these clear, answer-ready sites to actual automated sales through the Universal Commerce Protocol.
That's where we go from theory to the actual transaction. It's going to be interesting.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. When an AI comes to interview your business, right now, today, does your code actually speak its language? Or are you getting lost in translation? Thanks for listening.